Hello, my name is Michelle, and I'm really excited to present Kaeru-chan's Journey Home. This is a nationwide participatory art and research experiment run by Akiya Collective, tracking 100 lost frogs across Japan and built in collaboration with Chiba Tech. So in the spring of this year, we will scatter 100 lost frogs across Japan. So these are going to be in cafes and hotels and other partner locations that have agreed for us to use the space as a node. And at the same time, we'll be publishing an open quest to the public and help in returning all of these frogs to our makerspace back in Komuro, which is indicated by this glowing shrine on the map here. And so there are going to be two different types of frogs. The first one is going to be a sleeping frog, which is inactive, and the second one is going to be a hopping frog, which are basically frogs that currently have stewards. And in order to join the game, the participant will have to find one of these sleeping frogs on the map. So you can see that there's Mase Komuro here in Hokkaido, one in Aomori, etc. And so you can find these sites and approach the frog, which is a 3D printed frog for obvious ethical reasons, equipped with the NFC chip. So let's try to simulate a scan here. So once you simulate a scan, you discover a lost frog. You can see its journey so far, so it hasn't really gone to many places, but you can accept the quest, approach the spirit and establish a bond. And my name is Michelle, so I'm gonna just write Michelle here, and you can seal a pact and essentially become the steward to the frog. And so the frog needs to make its way to the shrine, right? And so right now, the frog that you have is in Hyogo. So you can see this on the map here, that, we're right here. And so you can either bring it in log hops all the way back to the shrine, or you can essentially abandon it if you can't go all the way to Komuro by giving it to someone else to scan, or by leaving it in a place in another site, and that will essentially record and update the geolocation on the map here. So let's say you go to your quest page, you see the frog, which actually you can have multiple frogs, and you can log multiple hops all the way to Komuro. And let's say I've made it to Komuro already, so I'm gonna say back at the makerspace. Confirm hop here. Once you get back to the Komuro makerspace, you can see that you've returned the frog successfully. And then finally, I think the interesting thing about this app that allows it to transcend a art experience to a research experience is that you can participate in the study and ask all these questions. And these essentially are questions that allow us to understand more about stewardship and care, and what motivates people to steward, and what attributes allow for more successful stewardship. So this is going to be a really fun study for people to participate in, and for us to really publish outcomes around social technologies and what role objects and places and distributed communities have in it. Thanks.